everybody, it's lauraxstitches or Laura here, and it's time for the last update video of the year. It's December the 27th. It's Wednesday, that's all I know. And I'm on holidays. It's Christmas holidays, it's summer holidays for school, so that's exciting. I'm in my kitchen dining area today, and I'm going to be talking to you about my stitching. I've got a bit to talk about, not heaps to show, but a bit to talk about in terms of what I've been up to, what I've been purchasing, etc., what I've been stitching, and a couple of shout outs. If I have time, I'm going to do a year in review as well, because I don't think I'm going to be able to make it work any other time, because I do also, I hope this isn't shaking too much, hope not. I also need to film a Year of Whips 2018 video as well, and I don't think I can do that before the end of the year, so I'm just going to do it all in here. So this might be a bit of a longer video, which doesn't usually happen very much for me at the moment. Life's been good. Christmas has happened. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas if you celebrate. I went grocery shopping today because I hadn't been, and I needed to do all that. Yeah, so that's about it for life stuff. I wanted to say thank you for the comments I received in my last update video about the viewers, subscribers, all that thing, that kind of topic that I raised. It's been great to kind of see what everyone thinks. Obviously, not much I can really do. A lot of people are saying that they like what I'm doing, so that's really nice. I am aware that my style isn't like the popular style, I guess. Like, I don't really do a lot of prim stuff. I'm very much more into like modern pop culture, 8-bit, like that kind of thing, like Epic Pokemon. Like, that's like the epitome of my style of stitching. I do a couple of other things here and there, and Hades and things like that, but for the most part I do like a modern style. And that's okay, because that's what I like to do, and I'm not going to change my style so I can get an extra view or two. So thank you to everyone who commented, and thank you for coming back and watching each month and all that kind of thing. I also uploaded a video on my stitching room and my stitchy spot. It was very candid. I didn't tidy up anything, I just kind of went in and did it. So thanks for all the comments on that as well. A few people said they'd like to see my stash of patterns and kits, so I will be filming that video at some point in January. I'm gonna probably have a video a week coming up, which is kind of exciting, and then when it gets after my January update, I'm probably going to go back to once a month because we're back at school. So let's get into stitching. I have only worked on 2 whips, and one of those was a new start. I told you in my last video that I was tossing up whether to just get all the characters done in the fantasy style so that next year I could just focus on the border. I managed to do about half of that. I wasn't expecting the last few weeks of term to be as crazy as they were, and that's a bit silly. I had to finish reports and things like that, and I should have realised that it was going to take me a while, and I was being a bit ambitious. So I completed the December block, and I've almost finished the January block, and I'll kind of talk about that in a moment. I'm stitching, here's a picture of it last time if I can find one, and I'm stitching this on a 32 count Joblin in Forbidden Fruit by Colour Cascade Fabrics. It's in the Q-snap, so I'm going to just kind of pull out the last block I finished, which was the fairy. So it's a bit crinkly, but you'll be right. I'll be right. Hopefully the lighting's okay here. Never filmed in this spot before in this house. So that is the fairy there. I'll put her or his, I don't remember, their name in here, because you know how I get Matt to name them all. So that name will be there. And here's what I have so far on the unicorn, which is the January block. It looks like it's just needs backstitch, but I ran out of this darker green here, so I've just picked that up today. And I've also run out of the blue that's in every single block, and it's kind of like a, it kind of surrounds the character, and it's, you can kind of see some of it in here. So I've picked that up as well. So I'll finish off the green first, then the blue, then I'll backstitch, and I'm gonna aim to finish this today. That would be great. So that is the fantasy cell for now. Once the unicorn is finished, I'm gonna put it down for a while because I'm focusing on a couple of different cells next year, and this will just be a year of whips piece, so I'll just work on it as it comes up. That's that one. When I ran out of those threads, I was thinking of going back to my class schedule cell and getting some more borders done. Then I realized that I have a couple of year whips pieces that I haven't started, and that's against the rules. So you need to start them before your whip starts on the 18th. So this is kind of haul as well. It was my anniversary with Matt on the 13th of December, our 3-year anniversary, and he bought me a cross stitch pattern, which is very good of him, and it will look like this. It's called Turtle Duck Family. If I can find the designer, I will put it in, but because it's a gift, I'm not actually too sure where it's come from. He printed it off for me and everything. Now you're probably thinking, what is that? This kind of comes into my stitching style again. It's a pop culture reference, I guess. For anybody that has seen, or maybe your kids have seen, Avatar: The Last Airbender, the TV series that was on from, I think it was 2005 to 2008. That's where these characters come from. Now, I didn't see it when it first aired. Matt introduced me to it within the first couple of months of us dating, and I watched it very quickly. I watched The Legend of Korra, which is like the follow-up series, very quickly. For Christmas, he gave me some follow-up, massive, beautiful books of the comics, which that sounds like a teenage boy in his basement kind of thing to read, but they're just beautiful artwork and amazing commentary by the creators. So that was the coolest Christmas present I think I've ever got. And I've already finished one, and they're about that thick. So I'm gonna keep going with the other two soon. I loved it. It's an awesome show. It's really deep for a kid's show. Like Avatar The Last Airbender is probably more geared towards children. Like maybe your 10-year-old and up, maybe even 8 and up. Whereas Legend of Korra it kind of follows those kids as they're growing up. It delves into a lot of different issues. It's just an amazing, amazing show, and it's beautiful artwork. It's all about the elements, which is cool. And when we watched this show, I was like, oh, those little turtle ducks are so cute when they first came up. And then he started calling me Turtle Duck. And in my phone, it has Matthew and then a turtle emoji, but there's no duck emoji, which sucks. So on my Instagram, you'll see that I complained about that last night. So he bought me this, which is really, really cute of him. And I've started it last night, and I've actually done a fair bit. I decided to stay up last night because I'm on holidays. Matt's back at work today, but I'm not. So I stayed up late till 11:30. That's late for me. Usually in bed by 9 o'clock. So I made a start, and this is where I got to. So I actually did pretty well. Like, this is all pretty much filled in. I was just missing a color, which I picked up today. This is being stitched on a 32 count Lugana, excuse me, by Color Cascade Fabrics, called Sweet Child of Mine. And it is also what I'm stitching my parents' anniversary piece on. It's the same color. And I chose this because not only is Matt's favorite color blue, they're turtle ducks, so they swim on water. And I think the modeling really does make it look like water, and it was the perfect size piece for it. This little needle minder is Flounder from The Little Mermaid, and I'll talk about him a bit later, about where I got him from. This one, that needle minder is 3D printed by Matt, just in case you're wondering. So I really like this. I started in the middle with the eye of the first turtle duck. It's like the mum. And I worked my way up so I could get to the top of the piece, because I love working top down. I'll probably do this page. There's 4 pages, I think. Or 5. I think it actually might be 4. Almost like in quarters, but it's not very big. I think it's like 120 by 150 or something like that. It's not very big. That was stitches, by the way. So I'm really enjoying it. I love this fabric. It's stitching up quite quickly. There's a lot of groups of stitches of the same color, so you're not stopping all the time. I really, really love this, and I can't wait to keep going. But I've got other stuff to do first, and we'll get into that in a moment. So that's the whips. bit disappointing. Pretty disappointing, but that's where we're at with whips. Let's go into haul, and then I'll go into a couple of interesting things that I don't do very often. So we'll see how we go. By the way, I have a bit of a mane today. I've had my hair out for 2 days straight and I just decided to pull it down. And this is what happens. I pinned it back. We don't know what's going on. Haul. I purchased the DMC for my New Year New Start, which I'll go into in a moment. Turtle Duck Family, that piece I just showed you, is technically haul. Exciting news. Matt is going to be an uncle. His boyfriend's, oh my God. His brother's girlfriend is pregnant. And Mum was like, oh, you're going to stitch them something? I was like, yeah, I probably should do that. So I'm adding a piece into Year of Whips. And I made a little bit of a call out on Stitch Mania yesterday because I was finding some pieces, but I was like, oh, I don't know if I like them, whatever. And people sent me some really great ones, and I ended up choosing one from Stitch Rovia. It's called the Elephant Birth Sampler. It looks like this, and I'm sure that you've seen that before because speaking to Adele and quite a few people have stitched this before. I think it's perfect because I'm going to stitch all of it, and then when the baby's born I'm going to do this part. They're not finding out the gender of the baby, they're going to wait, which is pretty cool. So it's the perfect colours. I was talking to Luke, Matt's brother, yesterday, not yesterday, on Christmas Eve, I think it was, and we were talking about all of the different colours, and he was like yellow and green, and his favourite colour is green, so it's nice to have that in there. And it'll be good too because the baby's due in June, and hopefully it comes in June because then I don't have to change that. That's exciting. So that's printed off. I just printed that off today, and I'm going to start that as soon as the unicorn on the Fantasy Cell is finished so I can use it for Year of Whips. The next thing I've purchased that I'm waiting for is the Clouds Factory Cell for next year. It is called, I think it's Legendary Creatures Cell. I spoke about this in my last video that I was very tempted by it, and I did end up purchasing it. I've purchased the Ada kit. It's Picture This Plus Ada, which is really soft, so I'm really excited to have that. And it's coming with the DMC and the, I think it's Star Wax. I think there's like 4 colours of that in there or something like that. And that's all coming to me. It's currently on its way here. I think it's in Australia now. And that starts on January 15th and then the 1st of each month. So I'll just be able to start it before Year of Whips starts on the 18th. So it will count. I just may not have it started for my Year of Whips video. The next bit of haul may take a little bit of time. Since December 1st, I've been vlogging each morning for about 2 or 3 minutes because I was gifted an amazing Christmas gift by Adele, and she'd made me an advent calendar. Not like one that you pull out things. It was in a postage box, quite thin, but there was a gift for each day from December the 1st until the 25th. So yesterday I had put pretty much all of the clips in. I think I had the last 3 days to put in. I put them all in, edited it. It was barely any editing. It was just putting in the title and putting on the clips in the order. Excuse me. I'm just gonna silence that. Got that already. And then what I do is I don't upload straight from iMovie. I save it as a file. So I saved it to my external hard drive. Gets halfway and it fails. That happens sometimes. I cleared some room just in case. Tried it again, it failed. I was like, oh, maybe it's the hard drive being funny. I'm gonna save it to the computer. Halfway and it fails. And this happened all day. I restarted iMovie. I created a whole new project and did it all over again. Failed, failed, failed. So I've decided that I'm going to stop wasting my time and just put it into this video. And I'm just going to show you what she gifted me. It's a bit frustrating because you don't get to see me kind of react to each one, and there's amazing presents in this. And it sucks because I was really doing it for Adele. Like, I wanted to show her, I wanted it to be like as if she was here and she was seeing them all, and seeing me open a present. But it's not working, which is really frustrating, and I really hope that this video works too. So let's get into it, I guess. I'm going to do it as quick as I can because I know that 25 things will take a while. Some things I don't have with me because I put them somewhere and I don't know where they've gone. Christmas does this to me. My brain disappears. Some things I put away and I don't want to get out again because it's going to take too long. So the first day I received a card which had some Disney princesses on it, and inside was 2 skeins of DMC, one in pink, one in orange, which is our favourite colours, which is very cute. The next day I received this Jodery Designs thread, hand-dyed thread in Fraggy, is it Fraggy or Fraggle? I don't know. Fraggy Fraggle Rock, and it's very Adele. It's very Adele colours. Day 3 I received some buttons, which I've put somewhere, which have Snow White and Belle on them, and I think I'm going to make them into needle minders. Day 4, bit cute this one. She made me these. I think it's a bracelet, yep, and a little hair bow, and it says on there, let's see if it focuses without my face, yep, best teacher. It's pretty cute that she made those. That's that. Oh, it's the postman. Don't think I'm due to get anything though. Day number 5 was this Silk Mill Silk in Moonlight, which is 3271 for there. Let's try and cover my face up. That's what that looks like. Day 6 was this needle minder. Oh, there's the camera. Which is very, why is it focusing on my face? Very blingy and shiny, and she's so cute. So she'll probably go on the baby sampler. Day 7, Adele gifted me 10 boa needles in size 26. Day 8, I got a little peg that said dream big, so that'll go in my classroom somewhere. And these 2 cuties. Flower paperclip. Why is it still focusing on my face when there's clearly something? There we go. That looks really cool. Flower paperclip and these cute little foxes cuddling. Danielle, if you're watching, haha. I'm kidding. I love you. Next, she gave me some Tic Tacs. It was probably one of my favorite things. So I'm getting the present and it's like this big, so it looks like a packet of beads when it's wrapped up, and I'm shaking like, oh, these are big beads, this is exciting. No. It was these tiny little packets of Tic Tacs with about 8 Tic Tacs in each one. Adorable. Day 10 started this really exciting, mysterious thing for me. It was, and they all had this note on it. Up until day 14, it said save this for day 14. It's like, what is going on? So I got 2 threads. So day 10 and day 11, I got these threads. Week Starworks hazelnut and pecan or pecan, or however you want to say it. So that's what those 2 look like. Then I received the fabric, which is a 32 count Joblin from the Crafty Kitten. I think it's the November 2013 limited edition. So it doesn't have a name. That's quite blue on the screen. I think it's a little bit more purple, but it is modeled like that. So it's a 9x13 piece. Then I received some DMC in white or blank 3371 and 469. So I'm putting all these colors together going, oh, what can this be? I'm really confused. Then on day 14, I received this pattern, which is Country Cottage Needleworks Gingerbread House 2. I need to learn how to read. I'm a teacher. So that's it there. My first Country Cottage Needleworks pattern. Very exciting. It comes with a button here as well. Then on day 15, I got some stuff to finish that pattern with. So there's some red fabric and polka dot ribbon. Looks like that. Day 16, I received another Silk Mill Silk, and this is in Sunflower, I think, which is 3025 for them. That's what it looks like. Oh, that's big. Day 17, I received another hand-dyed thread, and I think this one is from Chromatic Alchemy, and it's a Rainbow Club exclusive floss. It looks like this. It's extremely bright and colourful. Day 18, I don't have, oh no, yes I do. Duh. It's right here. I received some stickers. Day 19, I received this keyring that says all you need is love on both sides. It's an adorable little heart on it. Day 20 was this badge with like a little spool of thread. Whoa, really dirty fingernails. This is what happens, people. Oh, I forgot to get these, and I could have. I also received on day 21 and 22 some variegated threads from DMC that I didn't have. Day 23 was the Gentle Art Simply Wool in Buckeye Scarlet. It's the first wool I've received. I've never used it. I've never kind of had anything that called for it, so that's interesting. Day 14 was when I received my little flounder. And it's fitting that he's on that because he's in the water. And day... oh, I didn't get this. I'll be right back. I need to get it. Okay, we're back. Day 25, the last day, I received a fabric from Jodery Designs, and it's called Celebrations. It's a 32 count merino 9x13 piece. That's pretty good coloured. Apparently we cut off at about 25 minutes. So hopefully they got everything. That was my amazing present from Adele for Christmas. Thank you, Adele. I'm really sorry that this video didn't work. You mean so much to me, and giving me something like that is just incredible. I told Mum, and she was like, you're very spoiled. She was very, I think she thought it was like a massive parcel. I was like, no Mum, it's like little things that mean a lot. She's like, oh, okay. She's sweet. But yeah, thank you, Adele. I hope you're feeling well being at home now, and people are treating you well, because you deserve it. You're amazing, so thank you so much. So that's haul. I'm so annoyed about that video. It's really frustrating. Okay, I think we're about 20 to 25 minutes in, so that's pretty good. I'm going to quickly move on to shoutouts, and then I'm going to do some FFO stuff. I discovered, because I'm slow, Eleanor B, Olivia B's sister. I love everything about that woman. From her roof to her face. She's amazing. She has beautiful pieces. Just, I love listening to her talk. It's just me. She's a great talker. So, Eleanor B, go and check her out. I'll leave her channel below if you haven't discovered her already, but I'm sure that you have. I was watching some Floss Tube last night, and I just remembered how much I love Ann P. I really do. Every time she has a video, I try and push it to the top of my watch later list, which is technically not great, but I don't care because it's Ann P. I love watching her videos. I love her projects. I love that she's doing this full coverage fanatics group. I love all of it. So Ann P, you're amazing. If you're watching this, don't know if that's a thing, but awesome. She'll be linked below if you haven't found her, which is just crazy to me if you haven't. And the last one is someone that has been commenting on my videos, and we had a good... She left a really good comment about what I talked about earlier in my video about the viewers and stuff. And that's Dawn from Frosty X Stitch. Hi Dawn. She talked about this in her latest video, which I've just watched, and I still need to leave a comment. I will get to that. And she's kind of feeling the same way about how I'm feeling about it. She does really good stuff, and I feel like more people should be watching her. But I feel like they bet everyone as well, so it's hard. But I really appreciated her input, and I really appreciated having someone that felt the same way, so I knew I wasn't crazy. So thank you so much, Dawn, and I'll link her channel below if you'd like to go and watch her as well. I really, really appreciated the comments and the conversation, so thank you so much. Okay, FFOs. I'm going to start with this one. I framed the Eevees. This is just a plain wooden frame from Spotlight. They had a bit of a, I think it was buy two get one free or get one half. I think it was buy two get the third half price. So I framed this. I do really bad self-framing, so I don't lace it. I use double-sided tape and cardboard and stuff, and it works out fine. I used a lot of double-sided tape for these bigger ones because I didn't want them to fold. So that's that one. I also framed my Marauders map by Clouds Factory. That Eevee one, which is down here now, this is by 8-Bit Stitch. This is by Clouds Factory. It's not perfect, this one, but I love this frame for it. Again, really ghetto stitching, and it did have one of those foldy out things in the back, and I broke it off. I don't know how I did it, but I did. So that's that one. And the last one is Mini Solar System, or Solar System by Clouds Factory. Obviously there's going to be glare, you guys know this. Can you see that the camera where you are is on a stack of toilet paper? It's my life, people. So this frame is kind of distressed, and that would have looked really cool for the Marauders map too, but I kind of like that frame better for that. This will be coming with me to school when I next teach space. It's going to sit in the classroom. Really like this. I like that it's wider so that I can get more of this beautiful fabric in. Also, this originally was like this, and it had 3 photo spots in it for 6x4 photos, but I just took that out. And just had no frame, no mat. Sorry, no mat. It clearly has a frame. And yeah, I love that we can see that awesome fabric. And it does sparkle. So those are my 3 FFOs for this week. I do have another one I'd like to frame at some point, which was Luck Bears, if you remember that. I have the frame for it. It's exactly the same as this one, except it's in black. So I will do that when I have time. I'm trying to remember to stitch as well, because I just kind of do other stuff and then I don't stitch, and then it's like, well, what a waste. All right, because we haven't gone too far over time, we're going to do the year in review. Now, I quickly looked up the Jessie Marie tag from, community tag from last year on someone's blog. I don't remember who it was, I do apologize. And I've taken bits from that, so I'm not doing the whole thing again. Because I did do a video on this time last year. So I'm just going to do parts of the tag. I think I've got everything here. There's, yeah, a whole range of stuff. So, year in review. In January, I had 4 or 5 whips. I went back on Instagram and had a look, and I couldn't quite work out if there was any that were hiding. Like if I didn't have any photos of any, but I think it was 4 or 5. And I've just counted, and I have 12 whips, soon to be 13, because the baby sampler. How many starts did I have? I had 26 starts, including the restart of the Haid, and I had 17 finishes. 17 finishes is pretty good. That's more than one a month. That includes those little calendar pieces that I did. So it was 1 a month until July, and I haven't done August and so on, which I'll get to one day. FFOs, I think I've done 7 that I can remember, which is those 3 and the canvas. Actually, no, it'd be 8 because I did 5 canvas finishes. But there might be more that I don't remember, but I don't think so. UFOs, I haven't UFO'd anything this year. I still have the UFO of the Warrior Princess. I mean, the mini clockwork draggling Haid could technically be a UFO, but I did restart it, so I don't know. Full coverage pages. I completed one page of that Haid that I eventually restarted, so I'm kind of going to count that because I spent a lot of time doing it. And I also finished 4 Pokemon pages. I've got a name for that, which I'll talk about in my plans video. Okay, my first start for the year was the January calendar piece, and I'll pop in a picture here. It's the, what's it called? Octopus. How did I not remember that? It's the octopus with the glasses. My first finish, I don't know if you can see it, is up there. It's Home is Where the Dogs Are, by Geeky Stitching Co. My last start was that turtle duck, and my last finish was the solar system. So that's the last thing that I finished up, which I need to do some more. Regrets. Do I have any regrets stitching wise this year? I suppose not realizing that that Haid shouldn't have been done 2 over 1 sooner, that it needed to be 1 over 1. Probably should have done that. I regret trying to set really high goals when I was trying to also be a teacher at the same time. I don't regret buying anything. I sort of regret the fantasy sale in the fact that I always feel like I'm trying to catch up on it, which I don't like the feeling of. But then again, it's just like any other pattern. I'm just doing a pattern. I don't think there's any other regrets though. I can't think of anything anyway. New things that I've discovered this year. I don't think I've done much on hand dyeds last year, which is nice. Stitch Rovia, I'm doing some patterns. I've got 3 on the go, or about to be 3 on the go from them. Technically I can say Adele is a new thing. We did start talking end of last year, but this year we really became friends. There's lots of new people like Belinda from An Itch to Cross Stitch. She's an awesome new friend. There's lots of people, and I'm not going to try and mention people because I'll miss people and that's really annoying. So there's a lot of people that I've really enjoyed getting to know and liking photos and commenting on photos and stuff with them. But organisation, how has that changed? Well, I moved into a new house halfway through the year, so I did have to change how that worked, but in a good way. I bought an IKEA trolley, which has been really helpful. I had a Kmart one, but this one is a lot deeper, so I can fit some more stuff in. I'm slowly still changing my organisation in terms of my threads. I have a master set, but I'm thinking for Haids I'm going to have to buy the floss separately, just so I don't have to dig into that master set all the time. I really enjoy having a stitching room as well, to keep everything in a wardrobe. That's really nice. Did I have any FOMO or fear of missing out? Not really. Like when I watch floss tube videos, I get like inspired by, like if I'm watching NP, I'll be like, oh, I really want to work on full coverage. Things like that, where I kind of go, oh, do I want to stop this whip and pick up something else? But I don't ever feel like I'm missing out on anything. If anything, it's like the cool retreats and stuff that the American people have, which isn't fair, and the UK people too, but that's all right, I'm going to one next year. And things like that. I guess the community side of it is, I do sometimes feel like I'm missing out on that, but in terms of patterns and stuff, it's not like, yeah, no, I haven't really felt that at all. What sales have I participated in? The start of the year I did the 12 Days of Christmas from Stitch Mania came over at the start of the year. I did Jessie Marie's birthday sale, which was awesome fun. I obviously did the fantasy sale. Nothing too much. I don't really base my stitching around themes or anything. Next year there are a couple that I'm doing, but yeah, nothing too crazy. So this one is just asking a couple of questions about 2018, and that'll be the end of the year review. What am I looking forward to finishing? The sales that I'm going to start. It'd be cool to do a sale with people as it's coming out. So I don't know what's going to come out. It's exciting. Particularly the class schedule sale. For one of my Christmas presents off Matt, he gave me a Harry Potter wand, which is Ron Weasley's. So as you can see, I really like Harry Potter, and I really like Harry Potter. I really like Harry Potter. So I'm very, very excited for the class schedule sale. It comes in this cool box too. Yeah, and the Legendary Creatures sale will be cool too, because it's an alphabet. It's a month by month block, which would be nice. I'm looking forward to starting my Hades in Stitch Mania. You'll hear a bit more about that in my plans video, which I may even record today depending on timing. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to starting 5 Hades in Stitch Mania, plus another one for my new start for the new year. Do I want to be more determined or laid back with my stitching? I want to do a bit of both. I'm very determined in terms of Euro whip goals and things like that, but I also need to remember to be laid back because of my job. My job is a stressful job. I know that I've said this a lot, and people say it a lot, and people dismiss it, but teaching is a stressful job. This year I had 24 9 and 10-year-olds that I was responsible for 6 hours of the day. Plus when we do excursions and camps, their life is in my hands pretty much. That's really stressful. Not only am I teaching them how to read and write, do maths, science, everything like that. I do everything. But I also have to manage all of their social issues. I have to manage their parents, I have to manage their friends, I have to manage their illnesses and medication and everything like that. That's up to me. Sorry, it's a bit of a rant, but I don't think people that don't know teachers or don't understand teachers get it. So I get really frustrated when people go, oh, but you get so many holidays. Yeah, because my job is like stressful all the time, and like I'm not here for the holidays. Like I didn't study for 5 years and go into this job for the holidays. You can't be a teacher if you're going to do that. You have to be a teacher at heart, otherwise it doesn't work. You will fail. I'm very blessed of having an amazing school, but I did have a really tough class this year. Socially and behavioural wise, not in terms of academic, behavioural and social. It was difficult, but it was also really rewarding. So I need to remember to relax sometimes. Yes, stitching can be relaxing, but if I'm always going for a goal, that's not relaxing. So I'm thinking that if I'm doing Euro whips, I've got my goal there. But if I come home and I just want to stitch on something and it's been one of those days, I'll just grab whatever I want. I know that I really want to get like half of my whips done for Year of Whips, like that's the whole point. But I also need to chill out sometimes. Stitching shouldn't be so rigid. It is a hobby after all. That was a bit of a rant about teaching. I'm very sorry, but clearly I'm slightly passionate about it. Any events I'm looking forward to participating in? What does that even say? Oh, there it is. I can't read my own writing. I'm a teacher. I'm looking forward to stitching the 2 sales. I'm also looking forward to the 3 main Stitch Mania sales I'm doing, which is the Winter Olympics in February, which is a daily thing, which I do really love. There's the Soccer World Cup, and there's the midterm election one. Even though I'm Australian, I don't care, I'm doing it. I really like switching it day to day, but I can only do it for that like 2 weeks or however long it is. Then I need to go back to, all right, these need progress. But that'll be really fun, and I'll get to touch a whole bunch of projects, which is cool. I'm also really looking forward to the By the Numbers sale, I think that's what it's called, in the Full Coverage Fanatics group. I'm doing Epic Pokemon for that, so I'm aiming for 1,200 stitches per month to be included in that sale. I was thinking about it last night before I was trying to go to sleep, and I think it's quite achievable with how much time I'm giving Epic Pokemon. Majority of the months, it's getting 2 weeks. So I should be able to do 600 stitches a week. That should be fine. Any resolutions for the new year? I guess that thing about being a bit more laid back with what I'm doing. And the last bit is which sales am I participating in terms of stitch-alongs, the class schedule sale and the legendary creature sale. So I'm really looking forward to starting those. The class schedule sale starts on the 1st of January. I'm doing a new start that day as well, so I might like switch in between them for that week. And the legendary creatures comes out on the 15th or the 10th. It's one or the other. So I'll work on that until my next rotation. Excuse me. So I think that's it for this video. I have done my December update. Fantastic. I'm going to go and put all of this stuff away, and then I think I'm going to sit down and stitch for a while. I was thinking of filming my plans video, but I think I might save that for another day. Or maybe I won't. I'm trying to decide. I don't know. If I film it and it uploads and I'm wearing the same thing, you know I did it on the same day. And I'll probably say that in the video anyway. It won't be this long. I will be showing all of the whips and stuff, but it won't be this long, I don't think. I really hope this uploads. If it doesn't, I'm going to have to refilm it on something else and try it another way. But fingers crossed for me. Like I said, I hope you had a lovely Christmas. I can't believe it's already over. Have a good New Year as well. That's very exciting. Like I'll be back over the next couple of weeks with a couple of different videos. But thanks for tuning in to this update / year in review video. Thanks again for all the lovely comments on my previous videos as well. And I will see you all next week, but for an update video at the end of January. That's ridiculous to say, isn't it? End of January. Bye, everybody.